the right place. All right. Thank you, Joe. All right. So welcome to Roundtable, September Roundtable. And a couple of reminders for all of us. Probably really important this week is to make sure you share your unit name and your name and your unit in chat, because we're going to do a drawing for a pizza party at Spookery. And so we need to have an accurate list of who's here and what units, so we can do that accurately. And then, like we said, our scouting communities will meet in breakouts after we have some updates from the council. And as always, this is being recorded. And if anybody misses this, or if you want to check back for links or other information, you can check out the Gateway Scouting Roundtable website. And again, our roundtable planning team is here. Please contact any of us if you have suggestions for content, questions about future roundtables. We're always looking for ideas. And thanks to all of these people for meeting a couple of weeks before roundtable every month to help plan. All right, so with that, we're going to do the opening, and I think, David, are you ready for that?
Yes. Okay. If you're in uniform, please scout salute. If not, hand over heart, and let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two. Okay, scout sign, scout oath. On my honor,
I will do my best
to do my duty
to guide
my country, to obey the scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout law: a scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And finally, the outdoor code. As an American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, to be careful with fire, be considerate in the outdoors, and be conservation minded. 2.
All right, thank you, David. Okay, so first we'll move into, we have a safety minute on weather-related safety this month. So I need to share a different screen here so that we can get to that. This month it's a video.
Robert Baden-Powell once said the definition of the Scout motto, "Be prepared," is to think out and practice how to act on any accident or emergency so that he is never taken by surprise. We need to be aware of our surroundings and their changing conditions, including what is happening with the weather. Severe weather hazards such as tornadoes, lightning, hail, flash flooding, and downbursts can be dangerous. Each requires a basic understanding of what to do so that you can protect yourself and your scouts. Weather conditions can seem daunting, ranging from high heat with no humidity to torrential downpours with possible flooding. However, some key basic principles can help everyone prepare. Here are a few for you to consider. Know the weather forecast before you set out on your trip and prepare for the types of weather hazards that are associated with your destination, such as tornadoes, lightning, snow, torrential rains, and high winds. Double-check weather conditions immediately upon arrival to verify forecasts. The weather can be integral in becoming lost or injured. If visibility becomes limited, respond quickly to gather the scouts in your care and be sure you know where the designated emergency shelters in the area are located. The BSA's online weather hazards training, available through my.scouting.org, is a great resource in this area and should be renewed every 2 years. You may never encounter a severe weather hazard, but by learning and following these key principles, you can move forward with confidence and provide every opportunity for your scouts to participate in Baden-Powell's outdoor laboratory. Find more tips and resources on weather safety and other safety moments on the Scouting Safety website.
Okay. All right, so before we get to our pizza drawing and our scouting community breakout meetings, we have several updates and announcements from the council and about other things that are going on. So we will get into those. So first of all, we have some information about popcorn. And I think, Kevin, you were going to give us thing with this, right?
Mindy has a little tips and tricks about goal setting and budgeting and an exercise that they actually did with their scouts that we're going to put on our website, gatewayscouting.org/popcorn sale. That's where you can find all the information about the popcorn sales for this year, but we'll get that up there. But we have a short video from her, and then I'll just talk a little bit after that.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm Mindy Carney with Troop 168 out of Unalaska, and I apologize for not being on the Zoom with you tonight, but my boys had a football game, and after taking my daughter to college last week, I'm realizing how short these opportunities are available for me, and so I'm not willing to miss a football game, sorry. But anyway, Kevin asked me to share with you a popcorn goal setting worksheet that we use with our boys, and I can't take credit for starting this, but this is what I came up with this year that we'll be using with our scouts to kind of help them set their goals for the coming year. And so I wanted to share it with you. It looks like this, and basically what I did was I went through our activities that we did last year, or traditionally do, and came up with an average cost for each one, and listed those out. And I'm going to ask the scouts to take a look at this and choose the events that they would like to participate in this coming year. And so you'll see those listed here. For example, we have a fall camping rock climbing trip coming up here in a week. If they're interested in that, they'll check that. The cost for that is about $25, and then they'll transfer that over to the total cost. And we listed all of our main events that cost money throughout the year, and ask them to kind of choose what they wanted to participate in. When they're done with that, they'll add those all up and put that in column A there on line A. That'll be their cost for the activities that they want to do. And then question number 3 says, would you like to purchase a t-shirt? We usually do t-shirts for summer camp, and so average cost on those is about $20. They'll add that there. Asking everyone to fill in this cost, the $59 rechartering fee. I think I got that amount right. They'll add that into line C. And then what they do is they add all of those up, A, B, C, and that gives them the total amount of money that it will cost for them to be involved with scouts for this year. Then they're going to take that amount, and you can see here on line 6, they're going to take the total amount of money that it will cost for them to be involved in scouts and divide that by 0.29, which is the amount of profit that we'll be making on popcorn. We did start taking the Amazon gift cards last year because that was a huge incentive for our scouts. Those are some pretty good prizes, and so we take a little bit lower percentage, but it motivates them to sell more popcorn. So divide that by 0.29, and that will be their goal for popcorn sales. That just helps them kind of figure out what they need to sell to cover all the costs that they incur in the next year. And that's a good tool for them to realize how much it does cost for them to be in scouts and to set their goal high to sell an appropriate amount of popcorn. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions about that or anything related to the popcorn sale, feel free to email me. My email is mindy_todd@hotmail.com. Thanks.
All right. So yeah, a lot of great information there. Like I said, I'll get that form put on the website. If anyone else wants to use that and customize it to their different events throughout the year. And then I just put Mindy's email in the chat log. And then just some quick reminders. The show and sell product will be coming in on Thursday of next week from 3 to 6:30 for pickup. If you didn't order yet any show and sell product and you want to get in on the fun, I think it's one of the best ways to sell is doing the storefront sales. Units are averaging, $500 to $600 an hour. It's 100, 300 coming back to the unit depending on how well you're doing. But those seem to be really effective. The Festival Foods locations are all in the app now for sign up. And then we have Farm and Fleet's going to be uploaded here pretty soon. And then we're working on Hanson's IGA and Cabela's and some other potential locations. But feel free to reach out to any local gas stations, farmer markets, football games to sell. And if you didn't get product, you can still order, as we have weekly reorders, and the council actually ordered extra product to do those show and sells throughout the season. And then lastly, this Saturday is our popcorn tailgate party before the Scout Night at the Speedway. So we got that up there. Your families can earn $10 per family from 4 to 5:30. They'll go through 5 different popcorn stations, teaching them about how to sell, how to set up a storefront, how to use the app. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have brats and hot dogs there. And then they can pick up their tickets for the Speedway event, which will be after at 7 p.m. Where they got monster trucks and demolition derby. So a lot of fun. We have discounted tickets there. So sign up deadline is 9 a.m. tomorrow. So that we can make sure we have enough food for everyone and get set up for that event. So hopefully we'll see you all Saturday at the Speedway. Thanks, Matt.
All right, thank you. Kevin, where is the popcorn pickup location on the 16th?
It's going to be at Train, so same location as last year.
Same location.
So I'll send out those details to the unit, and then Osseo will have it shipped right up there for the pack there.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so kind of moving on to in order of events coming up. So this weekend there is a Wood Badge reunion dinner on Saturday, kind of at the same time as that tailgate. But if you're a Wood Badger and are interested in this, is there anybody here that can speak to this other than just the information that's on the slide? I know we have some people at different recruiting events and things tonight.
Terry, do you want to speak to it maybe? Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if Lisa was going to say something.
Oh.
I seen she was on here too. Yes, it's we're providing the meat and the potatoes, the directors, and then we're asking that everybody to, if they could, bring a dessert to pass. We will have some games again, an auction. I'm not sure if it'll be a live auction or a silent auction on items. So should be a lot of fun.
All right, great, thank you. And there is a link on the council website to RSVP for that event.
Mhm.
All right, and then coming up early next month, we've got our fall Cub Camp.
Yeah, I can speak on this real quickly. So for those of you that had scouts that joined as brand new youth in either 2019 or 2020, you maybe have some personal experience with this, but this is an event that we started recently, and the intent on it is to help every brand new Cub Scout receive as much of the adventurous scouting within 1 month of joining. So the idea on it is to get those kids an exciting impact right away, and hopefully set the hook, if you will, to keep them in Cub Scouts in addition to all the great stuff going on at your unit. This year, our event is on Sunday, as we kind of try to juggle a really, really busy fall schedule, but we're excited to be hosting that out at Camp Decor, but we do need some help. So I would ask for anyone to consider helping out that day with one of these areas. This goes for adults that are here with a pack, or adults with a troop, or even if you have older Scouts BSA youth that you think could handle a station, that'd be really helpful as well. And people can reach out to me directly. this is our lineup right now. Certainly, if you have another activity that you think would resonate well with Cub Scouts, we can substitute that in. And if you're here with a pack, be sure to encourage your new families to register for this event at no cost. They can come out and have a great experience with us.
All right, thanks, Joe. All right, and next we have some open houses for exploring coming up as well.
Yeah, so Career Exploring is a program for all youth. So this could be Scouts BSA members, or it could be other people that you know in your community. You can see that we have kickoff meetings happening the first week of October, and then fire and EMS going on a little bit later in the month. These are open for students regardless of where they live, and we've seen students travel 30 or 40 miles for all of these programs in the past. Most meet 1 or 2 evenings a month. Really a focus on it being hands-on, and a lot of exciting things that happen that way. So you can find more information at gatewayexploring.org.
All right, thank you. And students do not have to be registered with a troop to
Right, that's
participate in this, correct?
For male and females, high school age is the only requirement. So we actually find the majority of the participants in this have not been in scouting previously.
Great. Okay, and then Elias, have you got some information for us about Spookery?
Yes, I do. Let's see. Why don't we just use your slide that you've got up here? It's going to be the weekend of October 16th. We're going to have 2 sessions for Cub Scout attendees. One in the morning, 9 till noon, and then a second one, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And we're currently, right now, the program we got planned, we are going to work with the theme of classic monsters, Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, Wolfman, all those from Universal Studios. Don't tell them so we don't get sued for copyright infringements, but we plan to have, we need volunteers to help us run the program. So far, we are asking troops to help us run the Cub program during the day, and then we'll have a special shooting round robin for them, 22s, archery, and then tomahawks and knife throwing. And we're going to have a Iron Chef event, and hopefully we can have a good outdoor weather so we can have a classic double feature monster movie. So we really need the volunteers. So if you can help us out, we're going to be having, I believe, another Spookery planning meeting on the 14th, I believe at 5 o'clock. So if anyone wants to sit down on that, otherwise you can get in touch with me. Telephone number is, I'll put it on the chat, my contact information. But yeah, one thing to note with this darn virus, we're asking that people monitor their health check for 14 days prior to that, and we'll have that out there. So, and registration closes on the 8th of October. I guess that's it, Matt.
All right, great, thank you. And there's a link posted in chat to the Gateway Spookery website there. Joe just posted that. Thank you. All right, so there's some training events coming up for Cub Scout leaders. Zach sent me this. Is this, Joe, can you speak to this, or?
I certainly can, but if Lisa is on, I think
or Lisa, yeah,
she can probably speak more accurately to it than I can. Or John Tometz. I don't know, John, were you on the last training meeting? Well, what we're looking at is, feel free to talk over me if one of you picks up, but Saturday, October 23rd, we're gonna be doing in-person direct leader training. So this is for Cub Scout volunteers. And what we have queued up is one session that kind of gives everybody all the training or credentials for all 4 of these positions: Cub Master, Committee Chair, Committee Member, and Den Leader. So it's a little bit of cross training, if you will, because it'll give you some of the resources to help somebody else within your unit successfully complete these positions. So and certainly if you find that your schedule is limited and you can only join us for one portion of that, that's fine as well. There is no cost for this. And then a new event that we have queued up is a Cub Scout powwow on November 6th. And really the meat of this is we're trying to help people learn about some of the fun of Cub Scouting. So it'll be a round robin program. So as an example, maybe from 9 to 9:30, you're learning about tips and tricks for a blue and gold banquet. And then maybe 9:30 to 10 is tips and tricks for a Pinewood Derby. Maybe 10 to 10:30 is how to do Cub Scout camping. 10:30 to 11 leader recognition, you know, et cetera, et cetera. We're still ironing out the details of what exactly those classes will be, but really the intent on it is we have a lot of new Cub Scout leaders within the last year is to try and accelerate everybody's learning knowledge. For those of us that have done Cub Scouting, any of us can tell you that it's not exactly the simplest thing in the world. So the learning curve on it can sometimes be a little bit rough. So we're hoping to help people out with that. Stay tuned for more information on this, not only online, but also through some direct email communication coming to you at the PAC level.
All right, great. Thank you, Joe. All right, and then kind of last is an update, and this was shared last month at Roundtable, but we want to remind people that when we do these community breakouts, those will occur on an every other month basis. So you can see on the schedule there, September 9th, today, we've got our scouting community breakouts, and then the next one will not be until November. On the opposite months, we'll do kind of more of a traditional roundtable with just our two breakouts, one for Cub Scouts and one for Scouts BSA. And that's when we'll get more information about council things. I think next month we'll be gearing up for recharter, will be a main topic, I believe. So just remember that community guides and leaders that scouting communities meet on an every other month basis at a roundtable. All right. So with that, we did promise a pizza party drawing. Do we have that ready to go, Joe?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna switch screen shares here.
Okay.
That'll let us hopefully achieve that. So stay tuned. All right, so it looks like first up is individuals that are here with troops. All right, looks like Tim with Troop 102. Great. And then on the pack side, all right, Mike, pack 61. Congratulations. Tell your Cub Scouts to get hungry.
That's awesome. I really like the Wheel of Fortune there for the drawing. All right. Let's see here. So now on our agenda, Joe, I don't know if you've got a few words to close up before we go to breakouts, and then we will.
Yeah, for sure. So scouting is getting it's getting rolling here. As the school year fires up, we got new Cub Scouts that are joining out in some of our towns and schools right now, which has been exciting to see. But I will share that it's going to be kind of a process that goes on throughout the fall. So it won't be unusual for us to maybe have a couple of different signups within a community as we try to get as many families engaged or re-engaged with scouting as possible. So it's a big takeaway that way. And I had a chance the other night. This actually had not happened in a very, very long time, but I was visiting a troop and they asked me as I was leaving if I would be the fourth person in on a border review, which was a neat experience. And one of the last questions that we asked the scout, we said, "What do you like most about scouting?" And his response was, "Everything. I like everything about scouting. There's not anything about it that I don't like." And it's kind of reflecting on that as I was driving home, and it made me realize that, there's probably not a lot of kids that are going to say they like everything, but I would be pretty confident that if our packs and troops have a good program calendar, there'll be enough in there for most kids to like just about everything. So I would encourage everybody, if you do not have a Pack or Troop program calendar scheduled for the year, it's absolutely not too late to get one in place, even if it is just now through December, to kind of get your feet under you. And we've got a whole team of people that are on hand to help you with program ideas and things like that. A lot of that can be found on the website. So look forward to hearing great things that are happening out in everybody's packs and troops, and let's keep scouting on.
Great. All right, so now as we go to breakouts, I know we had some community guides that weren't able to be on, or we were filling. How are we doing with breakout rooms and who's where, Joe?
Yeah, I think we're okay. I guess what we're going to do is we're going to open the breakouts. And if you would go to the room that you think you should be in, and then we'll kind of keep an eye on things. And if it seems like we have a scouting community that is light with maybe only 1 or 2 people, we'll maybe try and combine, some of those together. So initially, why don't everybody pick the breakout room that you think you should be in? If you're not sure what I'm talking about, just kind of stay on the line and we'll get you plugged into the right spot here shortly. Scouting community or Cub Scout Community 5. It'll be a few minutes before I make it in to join you. So, I think Pack 61, Pack 102, we're both on. So if you want to maybe just kind of have a little bit of dialogue about, what you have planned for your first pack meeting, and maybe share some ideas from your program calendar, and I'll be into that room here probably about 5 minutes to talk a little bit further.
All right. And this month we are not coming back from breakout to take a poll. So the majority of leaders, when your breakout is done, feel free to sign off. We would like to ask community guides to check back in to the main room just to give us some feedback about how things went.
We'll open those rooms now.
Hey, Joe,
Hey, Tim.
how do I know what, pretty good. How do I know what community I'm supposed to be in?
Yeah, your Scouts BSA 5.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. So we're gonna see who's on. Craig, you'd be Scout Community 4.
I'm with Troop 72 in Toma.
Terrific. Thank you. Welcome. You'll be in Scout Community 4 also.
Thank you.
Yep. Linda Olson, you're Scout Community 5. Same thing with you, Don.
Just not seeing
Let's see here, John, you're
Yeah, how do you get into the rooms? Where
Sure.
do they show up?
Yeah, so down on the bottom center, you've got breakout rooms in there, but I'll go ahead and just move.
I've got no, say that again. Down on the bottom, I have what?
In the bottom center, there's a panel that says breakout rooms.
No, I don't have that. I have participants chat, share screen, record, and reactions.
Sure. Okay, we'll move you over. I'll move
Cool.
you.
Thank you.
I'll move you to the right spot. Yep.
There. Okay, that works.
All right, so let's see what we've got here.
Hello, Joe.
Hey, good evening. I'm going to move you over to the room with the Onalaska troops.
Okay.
Hey, Eric, you're in the, were you going to 4? Was that it?
I was gonna be in 1 and 2. We were gonna combine 1 and 2, but
Okay.
no one was in 1, so I came back here.
Sure. I think, why don't we have you go over to community, or I'm sorry, community. I guess we'll have you jump into community 5.
Community 5, they're doing
They're
the,
doing their own thing. Okay.
Yeah.
How about we have you jump in with community 4 then?
sure. Do it myself, or are you gonna do it for me?
I can do it for you here. I don't think that